And yes,
wow,
he held on to the bag, and the Red Sox turn a nifty double play. I'm not sure how.
Play of the year right here.
Welcome, everybody, to the first episode of the 1-2-3 Double Play podcast. It's a podcast about baseball. Both of us are really huge fans of baseball, if you can't tell. My name's Eric. I'll be with you all throughout the podcast.
I'm Jacob. I'll be here every single time, too.
And so, yeah, we're excited to do this. For those of you on the SuplexDinnerClub network, you've seen me before on Dogs vs. All Y'all. You've seen me on, pretty much everything that Adrian's done. So I brought an idea to him. Let's do some baseball talk. And, actually, he brought the idea to me. And I thought about it for a few weeks. And I was like, it sounds good. I like that idea. A lot of baseball. Baseball's becoming popular again. Maybe not as popular as the NBA and, the NFL.
I think it's growing, and I think it will get there.
America's pastime has been passed by basketball and football. But I feel like we're getting there with some of the young, exciting players that we're going to be talking about coming up.
The new rules.
The stolen bases from last year, honestly, were so much fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
The pitch clock made life so much easier because throwing the ball and then your player steps out of the batting box, pulls the glove, like
more
a no
hits
more.
too,
More hits, but no more shift.
Yeah.
My favorite, okay, so as you can tell, I'm a Red Sox fan. for the viewers watching at home. So Nomar Garciaparra, he would take a pitch, he would step out of the batter's box, he would adjust his batting gloves, he'd clean his cleats, he'd clean the plate, he'd swing the bat a couple times, he'd adjust the hat, adjust the nuts, and then he'd come back into the box, and it was like 2 minutes between pitches.
Well, and if it wasn't the batter, then the pitcher did 4 laps around the mound, threw the ball around the infield, and it was one or the the other.
Yankee Doodle.
Yeah, it was a minute and a half before every pitch.
And then, he might steal the ball, so we're going to throw over to first. And then 17 times. And it's like, I'm standing I haven't moved. Why are you still throwing the ball over here? So I think with the new rules, the young players that are coming up, and all of just the transcendence of the American game into like the Dominican, into the Cuban, Japan. Like if you look at just the culture pot of players in baseball, I think it's growing.
You know what else I think is helping growing it, and this is a bit of an outside entity, is sports betting. I think sports betting's huge.
Yeah.
And a lot of young people sports bet. And so a lot of young people watch because they want to hit, or they're curious, or they want to know who's good.
Them parlays, bro.
Yeah.
Them parlays.
I partake. I can't lie.
I would lose my butt.
Yeah.
So
it's honestly, as someone who loves sports, it's even more dangerous for me.
I would be betting on the Red Sox every single night, and we would win 5 games a year, and it'd be like, oh well, I'm down $50,000, but those 5 wins that I did get, hot diggity,
dude. I will be honest. Okay, if y'all can't tell, a little less obvious, Rangers fan from Fort Worth, Texas. I actually have my Adolis Garcia jersey over there. I forgot to put it on. But last year I would bet on the Rangers a lot.
Yeah, you would, and
it would hit more than I thought because we weren't supposed to be that good, but they made me some money.
They did. So we used to work together, and he would run his parlays by me all the time. And I'm like, there's so much Rangers on here. What are you doing? Yeah. And then,
worked out for me. Luckily,
it worked out for you. Clearly, must be nice to win a World Series.
Oh my gosh, dude, that feeling! I feel like I can die happy. One of my teams, it's not guaranteed for any team you follow to win a championship,
unless you're a fan of the Patriots in the
or
2000s.
Or Alabama.
Yeah,
but no, I don't know. I mean, it was an unreal feeling. It still barely feels real.
No, I bet. Like, I remember, so my dad, I had strict, rules when I was growing up. And, the Red Sox in 2004, the improbable comebacks, he would let me stay up and watch those. And they went until 2-3 in the morning most times. But the feeling in 2004 when the ball went right back to Papelbon, and Papelbon threw over to first for that last out.
Yeah.
As somebody that was 12 years old at that point, it felt like the weight of the world was off my shoulders.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here like, wait a second, I haven't suffered this long.
No.
We just won a Super Bowl 6 months ago, but it's different when in baseball, because there's 163 games plus 30 postseason games if everything goes the way it's supposed to, or not the way it's supposed to go. You want to sweep every time.
Things drag out.
Yeah, but it always feels more important to me winning a World Series than anything else, because I feel like the shot in the dark is so much worse. I mean, I'm spoiled. I will admit that. I am very spoiled. That's why when the Red Sox are terrible like they are now,
you don't know what to do.
I do. I just sit here and suffer, but I can't be mad. I can't, because I have
the best team of basketball. You had the best football team for 20 years.
Bruins are great.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like we traded the Patriots and the Red Sox success for the Bruins and the Celtics success.
Which is like, everybody should get their turn.
Yeah.
I would be happy.
Just pass it off.
It's cool over here because we have 4 playoff teams, I think. Mavericks will get in. I think we have 4 playoff teams. But I think only one of them's a championship team. The Stars they're good, but they probably won't go that far. I don't keep up with hockey too much.
You've got the Cowboys.
They'll make the playoffs and they'll lose in the first round. And you were talking about which championship means the most. World Series is great, but man, a Super Bowl would feel awesome. It's one of the two for me. And I watch those two the most also. So
I've got a lot of those Super Bowls.
Your fingers are full. It's whatever.
But anyways, back on topic. We're just giving you a little rundown of us, where our fandoms lie, all that fun stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So in terms of the Rangers, who would you say is your current favorite player?
Favorite? Man, me and my family would talk about this. There's 4 members of my family that watch the Rangers, and we'd all rotate. Heim would have a great 3 weeks, and it'd be Heim. And, you love the catcher. Everybody loves the underdog.
Yeah.
Seager is Seager. You love Seager. Simeon, he doesn't miss a game. He hasn't missed a game. I think in the past 2 years we've had him.
Simeon's so good.
Nate Lowe was our only all-star and Silver Slugger 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But it's Garcia.
It's got to be. Adolis is so fun to watch, dude.
Good, fun. He's the glue.
What's crazy, if your entire team was healthy last year, you don't lose DeGrom week 4, you get Scherzer, and then Scherzer dies,
He also got hurt.
Yeah, well, yeah. I hate that Seager got hurt, and I hate that Josh Young got hurt. Y'all could have cleaned up. Y'all could have won a World Series, an MVP, a Rookie of the Year, and a Cy Young, all in 1 year.
Seager and Young stay healthy. There's a chance they both win those. Seager's would be tough.
DeGrom? I mean, you've got to go against Ohtani, but
no, you're right. And also, Eovaldi also missed 5 weeks at the end of the year.
Yeah, Eovaldi.
Knew that.
Yeah.
But no, it's Adolis or Corey because he's just so electric.
Depends on who's hot at the moment.
It does because they're both clutch. They're both
Seager's so clutch in the postseason.
But so is Adolis.
So is Adolis, though.
I mean, it's our best player versus our most fun player. And I also think Adolis is a fan favorite because not only has he been there the longest out of any hitter.
No way. Even longer than Lowe?
Oh, man. It's close. I think
because you guys got him in 18 or 19.
We also got Adolis in
18 or 19 because Adolis came from the Cardinals, and his rookie card is 2019 Series 1.
It's close. It's close. He might not have got a 2018 if he was in 2018, but he's the most fun to watch. And everybody just loves him except for Astros fans.
Well, I hear trash cans in the other room, so we won't worry about that.
No, we won't.
So Adolis, Seager, whoever's hot at the time.
Okay, I've got the same for you. You have a new team now. I'm gonna
really new.
Yeah. Now, is Devers your favorite player?
No.
Who's your favorite player?
Okay, so yes.
I've got a second guess.
In terms of current players, yes, I guess Devers would be my favorite player. We traded Mookie, traded Bogey.
Who is this?
Oh, I'm wearing Devers. 100% wearing Devers.
I didn't see the number.
Yeah, it's
11. Okay.
Yeah. So Devers, but with the crop of kids that we have coming up, Tristan Casas. I love Tristan Casas.
That was my guess. I didn't say it, but he was my guess for second favorite.
Brian Bayo. I love Brian Bayo.
I like that guy a lot.
We'll talk about him later multiple times. Cedane Rafaela. I love Rafaela.
Wait, do you really?
I do.
I thought you were fine with trading him.
Oh, no.
How's his spring training going?
Spring training? We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
He's doing great. I love him. He's my first rainbow that I'm trying to complete for baseball cards.
Ever?
I've never tried to do a rainbow, but Cedane is the one that I'm trying to do.
Why him?
Because I think he's a secondary rookie that people aren't chasing in this class right now.
I think you're right.
and all of his card prices are kind of cheap. So
Okay, cool.
I like cheap.
I do
And
too.
he's a Red Sox, and he's on my fantasy team, and I've had him for years in our Dynasty League, so
Love that.
it's great. So one of those three, old player, I mean, come on.
I mean, mine's obvious too.
Yeah, yours is Pudge, right?
No, Beltray.
Duh.
I didn't watch
Beltray.
Pudge. I
Okay,
didn't watch Pudge.
Beltray.
I guess that's not crazy because Pudge and Ryan are most of my parents, but Beltray.
You know what's crazy though is Beltray had a year in Boston, and he was such a fan favorite, and I was so disappointed when we didn't re-sign him.
I thought he didn't do great there, did he? Or did he?
He wasn't terrible,
Yeah.
but like I think he hit like 280-ish.
Let me see. Let's look.
What we're doing, I also is David Ortiz. It's got to be David Ortiz.
Yes.
If not David Ortiz, Dustin Pedroia, Pedro Martinez. Those are my top three. Oh, he hit 321
gosh.
with 49 doubles and 28 homers and 102 ribbies.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, no, dude was great, and then we gave him to y'all.
MVP 9?
Yeah.
To who?
Josh Hamilton won it that year.
Oh, yeah. Well,
That was the year that Josh Hamilton decided he was a very good player, and he was. And Miggy.
that's crazy.
I hate seeing Robinson Cano up there.
I hate
Robinson
seeing
Cano
Bautista
so
up there.
much. Jose Bautista.
Longoria.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, okay, fair.
So yeah, I mean, Beltray is a good. I can't believe he wasn't unanimous in the Hall of Fame.
They just don't do that, and it makes me so upset.
Unless it's a relief pitcher that pitched for the Yankees.
When was he inducted? What year?
5 years ago. I try not to keep
Was
up
it
with
like
anything
2016?
Yankees.
Yeah. Ichiro should be, but he's not going to be. He's not going to be.
Pulo should be. He's not going to be.
I know, and it's very annoying.
It's trash. I don't. People need their Hall of Fame voting credibility taken away.
I agree. If you didn't vote Beltray first ballot, probably top 2 third baseman,
Trash.
then like
trash.
What are you doing?
Trash.
I agree.
Sound off in the comments, guys. Who's your favorite player from your favorite team? Current, old. Love to hear it.
Actually, give us both. Current and old. Yeah, let us hear it.
If you want to throw a little flair in, who's your least favorite player of all time from any team?
No, from your team. Do you have a least favorite player from your team?
I absolutely hate AJ Pierzynski.
I don't know who that is.
He was a clubhouse cancer, and if he got hit by a train, I don't think I'd be disappointed. Just kidding.
I will say I don't have one, and I do. And what I mean by that is, from all the time I've watched, I started watching in about 2014. I was 13, I think, when I started watching.
Okay.
I didn't hate any of those guys. That was a scrappy team. Ruben Odor, Joey Gallo. Yeah,
loved Odor, dude.
And I didn't hate any of those guys. I loved them. I wanted them to win. But I think I have to say, as a Rangers fan, Nelson Cruz. I think technically he's probably my least favorite, but I didn't watch that happen. So,
Nelly's got some interesting things in his career. It's crazy he's still hitting at 41.
Is he? I thought he officially retired.
He did officially retire, but last year it was crazy to me that he was still playing at a top level. Well, maybe not necessarily top level, but he played pretty decently last year, if I'm not mistaken. 245. Well, it doesn't look like he played very many games. Okay, so he did hit a drop off in 21.
No, I mean, but 21 he was an all-star, and he had all-star numbers. I mean, when he was 40, he was good. Bat 265, on base 335.
He's no David Ortiz, but
no, he's not. 32 homers. That's pretty good.
Nobody is the large father.
No.
We love you, David. Come on the podcast. So, transitioning from that, let's talk about the upcoming season.
I'd love that.
Spring training, we're in full force. We're second in our Grapefruit League.
Are you?
Yeah.
No idea where we're at. I'm not going to lie.
It's spring training. You just watch for the rookies anyway. That's all you really do.
I just watch the rookies' numbers, and I know Langford, I think he has the highest OPS in baseball.
Wyatt Langford is going to be really
Dude.
good. Y'all are a World Series team, and you're just getting better, and it's absolutely crazy. I think, though, aside from Shohei going to LA, and aside from Yamamoto going to LA, and Glasnow going to LA, and Prince going to LA, and Michael Jackson going to LA.
I was like, who's Prince?
Taylor Swift's pitching for him every fifth day, and they re-signed Kershaw. Aside from the Dodgers just cleaning up this offseason, I think the big news right now is Garrett Cole.
Think so? Him getting hurt?
Yeah.
And like in my head, it wasn't. And the reason I say that, I know he's the biggest name on the biggest team and the most well-known team in baseball. I'll say that. But I didn't think they were going to make the playoffs, and I think we lost our best pitcher for the entire year last year, and it didn't matter. And that's why I guess maybe I undermine it, is because it just happened to us, and he's only out for 2 months. We missed DeGrom for the year.
Well, also, if you think about it, your team top to bottom is more aligned for missing an ace.
I mean, we didn't have holes in the 1 through 9.
Yeah. Whereas New York has a 2-3-3-4 hitter.
Mm-hmm.
And what else do they have outside of that? Maybe Glaber.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly you've got Soto and Judge. If Judge can stay healthy,
you've got skinny Giancarlo.
If he can hit above $190.
Yeah, if he can, I could see him bringing it back. I'm not going to say I expect him to, but I could see it happening. I wouldn't be surprised.
And you've got Volpe. Volpe's solid. He had a solid rookie year.
Is
but
Dominguez going to start?
Jason's out until at least May or June.
Really? Okay.
With the Tommy Johns.
Okay. But he'll be there, I mean, by midseason.
But here's the question. Without Garrett Cole, can Nestor Cortez and crew Rodon, can they keep the Yankees afloat?
Wait, they just got someone, didn't they?
No. Well, Soto was their big signing.
Oh.
There's talk that they're going to go after Snell and Monty. But,
okay, I think I heard the Snell rumors.
But I think that they've already shut that down. I think they said that they're not interested in Blake Snell, which is an interesting.
Well, they should maybe change their mind, or at least get Monty back. I mean, they need someone to fill that hole, because we did do that. I will say we did lose him, but we did sign Monty. So I mean, they could do something similar there.
Which it's interesting to me that there's still this quality of free agents out in the world. Like Snell's still there.
Snell is crazy.
Monty's still there.
That's also kind of insane.
JD.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I get JD Martinez is older, but
who's the best hitter left? Is it JD?
It's got to be.
Yeah.
And you might hate the story behind it, but Trevor Bauer's still a free agent.
I forget, but no, you're right. Do you think he gets taken? You know what? I'm going to say I think he does.
I would,
even if it's not before the season.
He's already said that he would do a vet minimum.
Mm-hmm. I think someone takes him.
I want us to take it. Really? I don't understand it. Trevor Bauer is a Cy Young pitcher, and with if you don't know about all of his allegations, we're not going to get into all that. Google is your best friend, but he was acquitted.
He was acquitted. The Yankees are not going to take him.
No.
You know that him and Cole absolutely
hate each other.
But I could see the Astros leaning into the bad guy thing and taking him, which would piss me off. And that's what we need.
Yeah.
I thought about it. I was a little upset we didn't re-sign Monty. I do think pitching is a concern for us, but I just think we wait till trade deadline. We got a lot of trade capital, and I think it's that. I'm not worried. That's all I'm going to say.
It's crazy. It feels like the pitching market in baseball has turned into the running back market in football. Like nobody, you get your 5-year contract with the arm, and then you just throw them to the trash.
Yeah. Maybe the deals aren't as cheap. Like running back deals have just gotten poor. Yeah. But I will say, I feel like the pitchers aren't really getting the respect they deserve, or they're not getting the looks that they need. Like, I don't know. I think
get it's an offensive league now, but you still have to have pitchers.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, in the early days with Pedros and Maddoxes and Smoltz and Johnsons, those guys,
it's funny because I would say, and you know this better than most other fans, I think the third most important player in our playoff run was Eovaldi. His innings?
Playoff Eovaldi is good.
Gosh, dude, yeah, I learned about that, and he is great.
Anybody that lived through that 2018 World Series run with the Red Sox, if you don't have a respect for Nate Eovaldi, you're not a real fan. Like,
yeah, I mean,
this man came in and pitched 9 innings relief.
No, dude.
He pitched the whole game in relief.
I know. Like, is that one of the games you're up till 3 a.m.?
It was. I think it was lucky that was like an early start time. It was an early game.
What time did that game start?
I think it was like a 3:30 game.
No, wait, really?
Yeah, and then I was still watching it at like midnight. And I'm like,
that's insane.
Can we get my man some run support, please? But no, if Eovaldi was to go to a team, I'm glad he went to yours.
No,
I
thank you.
don't hate Texas. I never have. Y'all have always been fun to watch.
Yeah.
I hated that you guys couldn't get the job done against St. Louis because one of my best friends is a St. Louis fan, and well, I love crapping on him.
Yeah.
So,
who do you like more, us or them?
Y'all, clearly.
Okay, really?
Clearly, yeah.
No, I'm just happy that I think we can do it again to make up for that. We're so young. Like the only part that's better than winning a World Series is that we have the next 10 years. Like seriously,
your farm system's insane.
Yeah.
Which
I'm
makes
so happy.
Yeah. Speaking of your farm system, you kind of touched on it a little bit earlier. Wyatt Langford in spring training.
Ooh, man.
Dude's like slaughtering the baseball.
I didn't think I could get more excited. I knew what he was supposed to be, and my dad talks him up.
Oh yeah.
But like, if you look at his minor league numbers, I think in the
all
minors,
2 months of them, where he absolutely ate.
Yeah, I think he had about 200 at bats in single, double, and AAA. I think he batted like 400 or like 390. Batted 390. His on base was like 500 or something.
Yeah, like I mean,
his homers are insane.
He was what, drafted fourth?
Yes, he was fourth
last year, last June, July.
And it looks like 3 of those guys might break. 3 of them. Cruz, Langford, and
Foscue. I've heard Foscue might break camp with y'all.
Oh yeah, Foscue. No. Foscue,
you don't think so?
No, he doesn't have a spot.
I've heard he's been kind of.
We're playing. I'm almost positive we're playing him to trade him, so that we're like, look, this guy's good. We're gonna trade him. I mean,
shiny. Can we get some pitching?
Yeah, I mean, he has nowhere. Carter, Garcia, Langford in the outfield, Seager, Simeon, Lowe, Young in the infield. He has nowhere.
And he can't play catcher and he can't pitch. So.
Yeah, no. So I think him, Tavares, and maybe Duran are going to get packaged for a pitcher.
Hey, that would be really good for somebody.
Yeah, I agree.
Wish I would have done that for Chris Sale.
If we would have wanted Chris Sale, he could have said hey to his friend Nate. But
hey. Sale's been kind of killing it in spring.
Has he?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Like his first couple spring starts were really good, and then he gave up a couple runs. But Sale's got the juice. It's just can Chris Sale stay healthy?
I think there's 4 super teams. I think there's maybe five. But do you want to jump into that?
Talk about the super teams?
No. Well, who do you think
best teams in baseball?
Yeah, I guess that's the same thing.
Let's jump.
I got my top 5. Are we saying them in order?
Sure, yeah. So, who's your number 1 team in baseball right now? Because I had to think about this hard for a good 5 minutes when we were discussing this.
What I'm gonna say is not just looking at the names and assuming everybody's healthy. I'm going into it knowing who gets hurt a lot and who doesn't. Obviously, the Braves should be in both of our top 3.
Yeah.
But I know that Strider and Fried, one of them is probably going to get hurt, if not both of them.
Yeah.
Probably for a while.
Who knows if Matt Olson can replicate that year he had?
Exactly.
Who knows if Acuna can stay healthy? He's already having issues.
Yeah. And I mean, their other outfielder,
Harris?
the young guy. Yeah.
Mike Harris?
Yeah, he sucked for the first 6 months. And so you just never know. I'm going to go with us. And I know that World Series, what is it like?
World Series hangover?
Hangover. I know that's a thing, but I think we got vets. I think we got Seager. I think we got Simeon. I don't think that's going to affect them nearly as much. And yes, we do have young guys, but there's guys they're hungry. Langford doesn't have the hangover.
Carter's hungry.
I think Carter's hungry too. He's young. He's started off to this great pedigree. He's got to expand on it. He's got to do something better.
If he shows us during the season what he showed us in the postseason,
and he has been during spring training. He's our second best spring training player.
He's doing very well.
So I'm going to go us. You want to go back and forth, or you want me to do 1 through 5?
Just do your 1 through 5.
Okay, and then I'm actually going to go Braves. And then I'm going Dodgers. I think the back end of their lineup, I don't like it too much. I don't love the back end of their lineup.
That's fair.
And then I'm going Orioles. And then I'm going Phillies.
Our top 5 is exactly the same, just in a different order.
Oh, I see.
Dodgers clearly won.
Okay. I mean, I'm not even.
You don't even have Ohtani on the mound, but that man's DH, and you got Freddie Freeman, who could have any other year could have won MVP. You've got Mookie Betts, who any other year could have won MVP. You've got Will Smith, who's one of the best young catchers in the game. There are holes, but you've got to think they had a lot of injuries last year, and a lot of guys coming back. Mm-hmm. Like Michael Bush is coming back to play second. Gavin Lux is coming back.
I like Lux.
Lux forced Mookie to shortstop,
Yep.
which is crazy because Lux's defense is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So Mookie's going to play the short.
Yep.
It's on paper. It's LA's championship already.
Yeah. Who's their 7, 8, 9 hitters? Do you know?
I mean, who cares?
No, I know you are right, but
because 1 through 6 is going to hit 6 home runs every game, and then who cares what 7, 8, 9 does?
Yeah, you're right. It's just and that pitching is crazy.
You could plug us out there in 6, 7, or 7, 8, 9, and I might luck into a hit bat every now and then.
I'd love it if my batting average was .001 for the year. I just got 1 hit.
So I got LA 1.
Okay.
I got Atlanta 2. Still a super team. They're insane, but I do have injury concerns, and I do have
repeating concerns.
Yeah, with I've already mentioned, Acuna's dealing with some injuries. Strider's seems like he's hurt every year.
Mm-hmm.
Fried seems like he's hurt every year. You've got Chris Sale to worry about now, which only makes your injury issues go up. Who knows if Olsen can repeat? Sean
Murphy had a great year. Who knows if he can do that?
Exactly. Again? Riley seems like he is a top 5 third baseman.
Didn't he have a down year?
He had a better year last year than he has.
He had an up year. Okay. Yeah. He just got overshadowed.
Yeah, okay. Because it was a 3-player race in MVP.
Yeah.
For 4, because technically if you throw Olsen in there too, I mean it was either going to be a Brave or a Dodger to win MVP.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And I think Acuna's insane year was justified with MVP. Mm-hmm. Although I still had my vote out for Mookie until the end of the year. But
and you know what? We live in the Atlanta area, and we go to the games sometimes, and everybody here is a Braves fan, so we just hear about it way too much. I think we're both done with the Braves.
So bad.
It is bad.
So bad. Texas 3.
Okay. I'm not mad at anybody.
I feel like that 1, 2, 3 could just go in any order, and people would be like, yeah. Phillies 4. I think that they have a little bit more talent than Baltimore.
Really?
A little bit more known talent, and they don't have the rotational issues that I think that Baltimore's gonna have, and we'll touch on that soon. But Phillies 4, Baltimore 5. Baltimore is just also so young.
Well, Baltimore didn't lose anybody, did they? They just added, right?
They added Corbin Burns.
And then they're going to get their 2 top prospects.
Their issues were always pitching, though. That was the entire issue last year, was pitching. Outside of John Means, they didn't really have any. You got Grayson Rodriguez. He was great at the end of the year. He started off terrible.
Yep.
You traded your other top prospect, DL Hall, for Corbin. So,
well, in my mind, they won 11 more games last year. They only got more experience. That's why I think I have them just a little bit over, but it's not crazy to think the Phillies are going to do better. The Phillies actually started off kind of slow.
I just want the Phillies to knock Atlanta out of the playoffs again.
I do too.
Again.
I want them to mess them up all year.
I hate Atlanta.
I do too.
I hate
just because I live here.
I hate the fans. All of them. Braves fans, Falcons fans, Hawks fans. All of them,
dude. They're just
all of them,
and they just come out of the woodworks when they're good. I don't know any Falcons fans right now.
No, but I guarantee you we will this year.
Yeah, if they're okay.
Switching sides. Top 5 worst teams.
Whoa! You go first this time.
Number 1 has got to be the Oakland Vegas A's. That team is absolute trash water.
Uh-huh. And
I don't understand why Vegas wants them. I guess it will be an attraction because, I mean, anything can sell out in Vegas.
Yeah,
I guess is the thought process.
And they've had the Raiders for a couple. Maybe the Raiders went better than they thought, and they're like, let's get another one.
Yeah, because Jimmy G.
Yeah,
killed it. Number 2 would be the Nats. There's a lot of young talent on the Nationals, but it's just that it's young.
Okay,
you know, I love Josiah Gray.
Yeah,
he's like the National that I love. They can't even get their front office straight with Steven Strasburg. And is he retired? Is he not retired? Are we going to force him to sit on the sidelines and work out his contract? Are we going to let him retire?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
I like Gore. They got a good one too there.
Mackenzie Gore is solid. You've got CJ Abrams, Lane Thomas.
CJ started to do better at the end of the year.
CJ looks really good. He's getting expensive in fantasy, which makes me mad. And then, at this point, I could have went either way. Colorado.
Really, yeah.
What is going on in Colorado? They don't have any players.
2 years ago, I think it was 2, when they signed Chris Bryant to that huge deal, I was like, okay, maybe they're going to start try and do a little sum in the next 2 years, and they didn't. They just signed Chris Bryant, and then they're like, we're good.
Oh, cool. We got Chris Bryant.
Can he bat 9 times? They wouldn't even be that good if he could. But...
Anybody that they've brought up has kind of just floundered. Like McMahon was terrible, and he was supposed to be good. I mean, it's Colorado just feels like that expansion team that you didn't want, but you got anyway.
Yeah.
And they don't care. I love going to Colorado because it's fun to hit the home runs there because the ball flies. But what do you have?
No, nothing. I mean, they're honestly, the other teams at least have some upside. I think they're the most boring team to watch.
Like the A's at least have some, like Soderstrom. They have
the guy who I think
Esteury.
Yeah, I think he'll lead the league in stolen bases this year.
They've got a lot of solid young players. So I mean, it's fun to watch them. They're just terrible.
Yeah.
The Nationals have a very good prospect, group down there in the minors.
Mm-hmm.
Colorado has like Yanquiel Fernandez, and that's like it. They've got Ezekiel Tovar, and he's solid, but
I forgot about him. He's on my fantasy team. I like him, but it's just boring. There's nothing.
Fourth, I've got the Los Angeles Angels.
Okay, I think they're lower on my list.
How do you not win a World Series with Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout?
I don't know.
You've got the two best players in baseball, arguably at the time.
They're very dumb for not trading him. Yeah, they're really dumb for not trading him.
You've got Shanwell, and I like him a lot, and you know how high I am on Logan O'Hoppe.
Oh, yeah.
But
me too, honestly.
That team's trash.
Yeah, they are.
Their minor league team's not even great.
I think they're probably 2 or 3 on my list.
And then finally, I mean, you could throw a dartboard or a dart at the dartboard for this entire division. The White Sox.
There you go.
You've got Eloy Jimenez. You've got a couple of decent pieces.
Oh, Robert.
Timmy's
gone. Where'd he go again? Marlins?
He went to he went to the Marlins, which I mean, get paid, I guess.
Fair, I don't know. I don't even see the deal. I just know he went there.
The White Sox just don't really have a lot. But I mean, you could throw a dart at the dartboard in that division. Yeah. The Tigers suck. Well, the Tigers are coming up.
No, the Tigers have young talent.
Royals are trash,
have young talent,
but they've got young talent.
And I was going to say the same about the Pirates. They're trash, but they do have young talent. And that, what?
I think the Pirates could actually be better than advertised this year.
No, that's what I'm saying. I went to a spring training game, man. They got, dude.
I wouldn't be shocked if they were like not last in the division.
They got Cruz. They have
Skeens.
They have who's our catcher? Henry Davis.
You've got Kutch back.
Yeah. I mean, they'll be a fun team no matter what. I could see them as like last year's Reds.
Now, you know what? I will say the Central will be fun to watch because you've got Cincy, you've got the Pittsburgh Pirates, the Brewers have a couple of young prospects coming up. Chicago, Cardinals you've got MVP caliber players on the Cardinals.
If in like September, October, whenever you're like, this team won the NL Central, I'd be like, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it could be any of them 5.
It legitimately could. It's crazy. So, yeah, what about you? What do you got for your 4?
The first 4 are easy. The 5th one would probably be a dart. I think my last team, it has to be the A's. Does it have to be?
I mean...
Actually, I don't know if it is.
We can just say Astros 1 through 5 and call it a day. There's those trash cans again.
Dude, I might have am I crazy for saying I think the Angels might be the worst team?
No.
Is that crazy? I mean, and imagine Trout gets hurt again. Then what?
Like he always does.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got that lingering back issue that's going to go for the rest of his career.
Yeah.
You're going to be carried by Shanwell and Logan O'Hoppe?
Yeah.
There's no way.
And I think...
I don't even think they have anybody else, like, major league caliber on that team. Like, and that's not me just, like, being rude. Like, you've got Rendon, you've got Patrick Sandoval, Mickey Moniak.
Taylor Ward can be good.
Ward's solid. Adele showed that he can't play. Renifo's okay.
No.
But Detmers is solid. Canning is solid. But you've just got a bunch of solid.
I kind of like the A's. Their top 3 prospects look pretty good. I can't lie.
I like Oakland's. Like, in terms of the future, I like Oakland because, we mentioned you've got Geloff, Esther Ruiz.
Brent Rooker's started hot.
Solid.
He did peter out, but
Langeliers. I mean, there's Soderstrom. There's guys there.
Yeah, there's guys.
There's guys there. but I don't think they've got guys in LA.
I like that they're both in our division, but Angels, Athletics. I agree with the Nats. Oh no, probably Rockies for me, and then the Nats. I think the Nats could actually pull something together.
I feel like it's head and shoulders across the board. Like, you know who the top 5 best teams are. You know who the top 5 worst teams are.
Well,
if you're being realistic, like, I'm sure a Yankees fan could be like, no, we've got a claim for 1. I'm sure, or top 5. I know an Astros fans will claim it, but I'm biased against those teams, so I don't really care.
No, but I genuinely don't think either of them are top 5. I think they both win under 90 games. I think they both win under 90 games.
I actually do have the Yankees finishing 3rd in the division. So
at what? Do you have a record guess?
No.
I mean, but if you're 3rd, you're probably under 90.
In the AL East, who knows? We finished 5th, and we had 80-something wins last year.
Yeah. Astros scraped 90 last year, and they got Hader. I don't know.
I like Hader.
No, I wish we got him.
I hate that he's there.
Me too. But like, I don't know.
I traded him last season in our fantasy league, knowing he was going to the Astros.
Really?
No.
Wait, because I was going to say he was supposed to come to us.
Yeah, but I traded him. No, I'm just saying I traded him because I knew, like,
Yeah, that's why you did.
I've got ESP. Sure. Yeah, it wasn't for better players. So, okay, on the top 5 best, top 5 worst. Who wins each division this year?
Really?
Let's go ahead and give the predictions out there.
I'm picking up my notebook. If y'all see it, that's what I got. Okay. You want to start with AL East?
Baltimore.
Across
the board.
Let me just
the talent on Baltimore's team with Mountcastle. You've got not Chorio. You've got Mountcastle. You've got, I am drawing blanks. Adley Rutschman. You've got
Mullins. I mean, you got Mullins.
Cedric Mullins, Austin Hayes. You've got Jackson Holiday about to come up. It's Colton Cowser might come up. Kjerstad might be coming up.
You got those 3 pitchers who could be pretty good.
You've got Burns. You've got G-Rod. Like,
and then who was their guy last year? You said again? Was it Mead? Who was
it? John Means. Yeah. Was solid. You've got Yanier Cano maybe coming back at some point this year. He was so good.
And their relief pitcher.
Yeah, they had good relief pitching.
Jeez, dude. I saw him live. It was electric. He's fun.
Yeah, like I don't think that there's anybody that could push him. Maybe Toronto?
I was gonna say maybe Toronto. And like, I think
Tampa will find a way to somehow.
I think they're last.
Tampa?
I think y'all. I don't think y'all are last. I think they're last. I think that they're. I mean, if you think about it, they lost their best player. They lost their best pitcher. Rosarina gets hurt. What?
It's just best player.
Yeah, they lost their best player. Was he their best pitcher? He was, wasn't he?
Glasnow?
Yeah, or was he their second?
Yeah.
Lost their best player. Lost their best pitcher. Not only that, they're just staying on the organization.
Which is crazy. If
a Rosarina gets hurt, dang.
They've already said Junior Caminero is probably not going to break camp.
And so
they've got Yandy Diaz.
Dude, from the outside looking in, y'all are young and y'all are fun.
We'll be a fun team, but I don't necessarily think we'll compete unless we somehow sign Blake Snell, Jordan Montgomery, Trevor Bauer.
No, I think they're last and y'all are probably second to last. I don't think y'all are last place.
I'm okay with that.
And I think the Orioles could. Now, this is a hot take. Have 10 games on number 2 in that division. What do you think?
That AL East is always so insane, but I could legitimately see it. They beat Tampa by 2 last year. Blue Jays
Tampa by 12. Yeah.
No, Blue Jays by 12.
Blue Jays by 12, yeah.
That was a tight race last year, but Tampa petered out at the end because of everything that was going on. I mean, I can't blame them. I understand. But wow, yeah. That might be a hot take, but I like it.
I mean, because if the Rays fall off, of course those wins are probably going to go to one of these teams. But I could see them winning 105 and the next team being at
95.
90. Yeah. I mean, seriously.
Okay. I think it's clear in a way the Orioles though.
Yeah. That's not a doubt.
They're the darlings of baseball right now. American League Central, again, throw a dart at a dartboard. Who cares who wins this division? But it's Minnesota.
I put Twins. I wrote down Twins.
I mean, they've got the best squad.
I think
Detroit could push them.
Yeah, I think the Royals aren't like one of those dog shit teams. Can I say that?
Yeah, Sure.
Sorry. I think the Royals aren't, and we didn't put them in our bottom 5, and I think they're not this year.
I think KC's got some players. I love Salvador Perez. MJ Melendez is solid. I mean, there's.
Man, I didn't realize how good Bobby did last year until
Witt was killed.
I looked. Yeah,
we'll talk Bobby Witt in a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Witt did good. You've got Pasquan, who's good. I love Pasquantino. His name's fun to say.
Yeah.
I
say Pasquantino.
I'm gonna, if there's a Q in a name, I'm gonna enunciate
Pasquantino, yeah.
Pasquantino.
Tigers are young and fun. I mean, you got Torkelson and who am I forgetting?
I mean, you've got
the young guy.
Screwball. You've got
the young guy.
Are you talking about like
Hitter?
Oh,
what's his name? Yeah. Not
Dun dun dun.
No,
I'm trying to decide who you're thinking of.
Oh my gosh.
We are drawing a blank. Riley Green.
Yeah. There we go.
I was like, is it Riley? Like, there's a lot of young players. I was like, is it Riley Green? Is it Reese Olson? Casey Mize?
It's funny because I forgot to get Mize is coming back, isn't he?
Hopefully. Hopefully.
Riley Green is the only graded baseball card I have.
I've been trying to get Riley Green from your dad for 2 months.
Really?
And he will not budge on him.
I think they'll be fun.
I'm banking a lot on Casey Mize and Reese Olson this year in fantasy. Because right now they're my 2 best pitchers because all of my pitchers are hurt.
Golly.
Because I gave
you Mize, didn't I?
I've got Scherzer on the IL. I got DeGrom on the IL. Sale's going to be on the IL at some point. I'm preying on Mize.
You got to hit 100 homers a week.
with my offense, I might.
Yeah.
Moving on to the West, I think that's
Rangers. Second place, Rangers. Third place, Rangers. Fourth place,
Seattle.
Yeah. There we go.
I don't think you'll like my wild card when we get to it, but that's okay.
Wait, what do you mean by that? Wild card what?
Because I unfortunately do have 2 of your division.
No, I think
in the wild card.
At least one of them make playoffs, if not both. And that's fine.
Yeah,
I think that's.
I've got the Astros or the Athletics and the
Angels.
Mariners. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
So moving on to the NL East, Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Now, do I think the Mets could push? Or not the Mets. God, no. I know the Mets can't push. Do I think the Phillies could push? Absolutely.
I agree.
A full season of healthy Bryce.
If someone gets hurt on the Braves, that could go either way.
Yeah.
Not either way, but I could see that.
I don't think it'll be a coin flip, but I think if Acuna misses extended amounts of time or Albies misses an extended amount of time because they don't have Grissom to back him up anymore. Thanks, Atlanta. I appreciate that.
How's he looked in spring training?
He's hurt.
Is he? Okay.
So he's taking Sale's spot really well.
Yeah.
So
really 1 for 1 there.
1 for 1. Gotta love it. So it didn't affect anybody either way.
Yeah.
It's got to be Atlanta.
Yep, I agree. Up next, I have Cubs followed by Cards closely.
I have Cardinals followed by Cubs closely.
Really? And then
the rest of the division can figure it out.
They can't figure it out. I think the Brewers coming last.
I do too, actually.
And then
I've got Cincy finishing 3rd, Pittsburgh finishing 4th.
I think that's a legit coin flip in my head.
The Reds are all going to depend on how well Encarnacion Strand and obviously Ellie, Matt McLean, and
Ellie was fun, but his numbers weren't great when you look at him. They just weren't.
I think he's got a lot of upside.
Oh no, he does.
Ellie Mania is running wild in the card world right now. But then you've got so many. You've got India still. You've got to figure out what to do with India.
Oh yeah.
The pitching's where it's going to be bad because you've got Hunter Green and then Andrew Abbott. I mean, they've got some solid. They've got some solid starters, but they're just so young.
They are. And Green is like.
I love Hunter Green.
No, he's just raw.
That K rate is ridiculous.
He's just literally hit or miss.
You either pop a homer or you strike out.
Yep, that's it.
Do we even need to talk about the West?
No, it's the Rockies, right?
Yeah, clearly it's the Rockies.
Yeah, it's the Dodgers. Okay, but who comes in second? Is it the Padres or the Giants or the Diamondbacks?
D-backs, bro.
Really?
They made it to the World Series.
No, they did. God.
The Padres are down.
They are down, but they just have the talent that they do, and they
just got rid of Soto. They could.
What pitcher did they just sign? No, they just traded for Dylan Cease.
Yeah, they just got Cease a couple of days ago.
They really just replaced Snell and lost Soto.
Yeah,
but
losing Soto is
you're right. But
I mean, they got some good pitchers out of it. We'll see how it all shakes out for them.
See, and the thing is, if Bogarts has a good Bogarts year, they're right back in it. I mean, he sucked last year.
He didn't suck. I mean, he wasn't great. but I mean, you do lose a lot when you trade Soto for, in my opinion, and y'all comment below what you think, for pennies.
Yeah.
Michael King was the best return on that.
Like, you're right. You're right.
Pennies.
Yeah.
I would have been asking for a king's ransom for Juan Soto. I mean, I get it's only a year, but like, come on.
No, I agree.
He's one of the.
I think it's kind of become a thing. Like a year of competitiveness should cost a little more than that. I think
it usually does come June, July once the deadline hits.
But that's because like they know if they're close or not.
That's
they have
true.
Another option. So okay, Padres. You think they peter out? Who do you got second? Diamondbacks over Giants?
Yeah, easy.
But Giants are third for you. I think Giants.
Padres are third.
No.
Giants fourth. Rockies fifth. I don't think the Giants have done enough. They got that. They got the outfielder from Japan, Jung-Hoo Lee.
No. Oh yeah.
But I mean, outside of Webb, is Kyle Harrison going to have a good year? Robbie Ray is solid. Luciano, who knows?
I seriously do think that they could be pretty good. What did they do last year?
I just really love Camilo Doval.
Yeah,
that's about. Yeah, they weren't very good last year, but I mean it was a very slim margin separating the D-backs from the Giants from second to fourth. But
you know what?
I think the talent outweighs it in Arizona and in San Diego.
I'm gonna say here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say Giants finished second. Diamondbacks finished third.
World Series hangover?
A little bit. They didn't make too many moves themselves.
Well, I mean, you've got Corbin Carroll.
Yeah, but I don't.
They got Jock. I like Jock.
You got Gallen,
Gurriel, and Moreno. They got Erod. Help shore up.
I forgot they got Erod.
Yeah, Lawler's probably coming up at some point.
I still think I got Giants. I think I got Giants and Diamondbacks. I think they could both make the playoffs. Okay. I think that they're both good. And then I got Padres.
Okay. So for wild card, I'll
tell you why later. You'll see.
Okay. I've got Phillies, Cubs, and D-backs in the wild card for the NL, and then AL I got Toronto, Houston, and Seattle.
NL wild card. I think I have Giants, Diamondbacks, and then Phillies.
As long as we get a Phillies-Braves matchup and the Phillies beat the Braves again, all is right in the world.
And then I think I got Mariners, Blue Jays, Yankees.
I just don't know.
I don't think they make it.
You don't think they make it?
The Astros, no.
Oh.
I don't think the Astros make it.
I just don't know with New York. I'm scared of that rotation I'm not scared of it because I hope that their rotation is terrible and I hope their entire team bats over 1,000 this year. But I'm scared with the rotation minus Cole, even for 2 months. 2 months will set you back a lot.
There is time to make moves, and they could surprise me.
Even if Cole comes out in June, July, and hits like 16-0, he still pitches every fifth game.
Yeah.
What happens when Judge goes down? Inevitably, unfortunately.
Yeah, unless he has one. Hey, 2 years ago he did it.
Hey, if he does it, that's the Judge I traded for.
Yeah, it is.
That's the Judge I gave you half of my team for.
No, but here's the thing. Like I said, I think the Rays fall off. Those wins got to go somewhere in that division. I think the Yankees pick it up. Not only that, I think the Astros fall down. I think they're getting older. And I think they are the first team out, the Astros. I think the Yankees just slipped past them.
The trash cans ain't banging no more?
No, I think that they're going trash canless, like trash canless arenas. Only recycling bins, and you can't bang on those as loud.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Plastic doesn't go as loud as metal.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Interesting.
Yep.
I feel like we were kind of along the same lines in a lot of it.
I've got if we do positions, that's fine. But I think I want to do
awards,
top rookies and awards first. Because I think I have some surprising ones here. Maybe not surprising, but interesting.
Shoot, what do you want to do? You want to do rookies or awards first?
Let's go rookies.
Okay. Who are your top 5 rookies?
Langford Carter.
Okay.
Langford, actually, I have a head, which is crazy because, Carter did what he did, not only in the major leagues, but on the biggest stage in the major leagues last year.
Fair.
But Langford, he went from single A for 3 weeks, double A for 3 weeks, triple A for 3 weeks. He's been in spring training. He hasn't been phased or skipped one beat, not once. And I could see him just sliding into the majors, doing what he does. And I think his ceiling is higher than Carter's.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Number 3. Actually, you go first.
Well, I've got Carter and Langford 1, 2
I
as
thought
well.
so. That's
I mean,
what order? Carter 1?
Carter 1.
I
Just
mean,
because of how he did on the major league
Of
stage
course.
already. I do think Langford's ceiling is a little bit higher, like you said. But, Carter came in, slugging percentage crazy, had a low K rate.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't really swing at very many pitches outside of the zone.
Fast.
Defense is crazy, fast.
I mean, that catch on the wall. Oh my gosh.
He's not getting a lot of hard hits, but the hits that his contact rate is high.
He'll get doubles.
Like, I think he might lead within the next 5 years. He might lead the AL in doubles.
That's cool. I like that.
And that just shows how much I actually like your young players.
Thank
And
you.
that's not just me blowing smoke because you're my co-host. We have talked about this multiple times.
I think we both genuinely like each other's team.
Yeah. And I've got Langford too. As of the recording, he's got 32 plate appearances in spring training, hitting, barely 375.
Oh no,
barely 375. 4 homers, and I mean, like, they're not. Oops, that snuck over the wall homers. Like, they're pretty good. My issue with Langford is he going to have a position to consistently stay at?
What do you mean? Yeah, right field.
See, because I've heard all kinds of rumors in the season that he's going to start at DH because Carter, clearly he's a Gold Glove candidate.
No,
I like Carter playing in center. Adolis, and even Leody Taveras. From what I've understood, that's who they've penciled in as the 3 starters with Langford at DH.
You know what? Actually, because we have an old school coach, I think he makes Langford earn his spot. And I do think I could easily see him starting at DH. But Carter's our fastest guy. I think Carter does get center. Adolis is older.
So he'll be in right, but his arm's strong. So
yeah, he has one of the best right field arms. And then I think Langford will be out there somewhere. I could see them messing with that order. Adolis was our center fielder 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But
I think Adolis does have the best arm in right field now that Mookie's gone, actually.
Yeah, no, seriously. He had the most runs saved from right field.
So many frozen ropes. Like, it's insane to watch him play.
I think Langford's in the outfield by All-Star break.
I think he absolutely deserves a roster spot. Point blank, period.
He'll be hitting in the 1 through 9.
Oh, 100%. 100%. It's insane to me with the trajectory of this last draft, with Langford, like, absolutely annihilating minor league baseball.
Yep.
I mean, Holiday absolutely annihilated minor league baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this is the class that we look back at in like 15 years and go, holy crap.
Yeah.
All of those players were solid.
Yeah. I think it will be. 10 years, 15 years, it could be.
And then, so that's my 1, 2. 3, I've got Jackson Holiday. I love Jackson Holiday.
Cool.
I just traded for him in fantasy, so I need him to do well.
Yeah. I've got a dark horse. I'm so excited to say his name.
He did hit an absolute piss missile of a home run, though.
Yeah.
And it was a grand slam off of Skeens, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah, because it was like, these two guys are playing each other.
And it was an absolute piss missile. Like, you heard it go. I still think he's got a lot in terms of power that he can grow into.
Cool.
I think his contact rate is going to be what propels him to start this year, whether it be at second or short, whatever they decide to do with that situation, because Baltimore's got positional issues too. They've got 19 players that can play each position.
It's such a good issue to have, because it means you have too much talent.
Yeah. And I believe he deserves to break camp as a starting middle infielder.
Okay.
Whether it's short or second, who knows? But I think in terms, like I said, he will grow into his power.
Yeah.
I don't expect much, maybe 10 home runs this year.
I mean, that's fine.
But I think 280, 290 could be the ceiling on the batting average, and he'll just grow into the power.
Because, I mean, not that there's going to be as much growing, because I think Carter's already playing pretty good, but, I don't think he'll hit over 20 too much.
I agree.
He'll be hitting around the 300s.
I agree. And, Jackson's still 20. Carter's 21.
Mm-hmm.
They're still not peak frame yet.
Of course.
So you never know what'll happen. It can change one off season to the other. Just ask 99 to 2000 Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
So that's 1, 2, 3. 4. Jasson Dominguez.
What? No way.
Look, man, that dude's an absolute Martian.
Even when he's hurt?
Yeah.
Really?
He's only going to miss like two months.
Really?
Did you not see him start the year last year?
Yeah,
though?
I did. That was
fun. 4
fun.
home runs, 455 batting average, crushed the Justin Verlander fastball. Like, I don't know if the Tommy John is going to hurt his swing. I hope it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
For my fantasy sake.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hate it. I hate having a Yankee on any list.
That's okay. That's fair. I don't have any Astros on mine. I wouldn't, even if I thought they were. But
yeah, even if like well, you might be mad at me in a little bit. So,
okay.
And then Ceddanne Rafaela.
Okay,
I've got to put the hometown pick in there. I've got it.
I do the same. I can't blame you.
I think he is our best outfielder,
mm-hmm.
point blank in terms of defense. I love Duran's defense, but he leaves a lot to be desired out in center field. Yoshida. As a defender, Will Abreu, I like him. I still don't know what he can bring. And we did get Tyler O'Neill, who's a Gold Glove outfielder.
Man, he can be good.
He can, but I think our optimal lineup is Duran at left, Yoshida at DH, with Rafaela at center,
mm-hmm.
and either Abreu or O'Neill in right. The big question mark for me, and I think for Alex Cora and a lot of the Red Sox management, is can Rafaela hit? And I mean, he's only batting .250 in spring training, but he's got 3 home runs.
What's his on base? Do you know?
I didn't look at the on base. I think his OPS was solid though. He's got the same walk and K rate.
How do you spell it again?
Rafaela, Rafaela.
Let's see.
Yeah, right. But he's cut down on his Ks.
Yeah,
which is great to me. We're pulling his stats up real quick. Sorry, guys.
Will spring training show here?
Yeah, well,
there we go.
Bear with us. So yeah, 36 plate appearances, 325 OBP. His slugging's solid. He's got 21 total bases, 3 homers, 9 hits out of 36 at bats. Like, 250 for a rookie.
No, that's not.
It's room to grow, and he's only 22.
This isn't bad. I mean, on base almost 330. Not bad.
My major issue with him last year was his K rate, because he struck out 28 times in 89 plate appearances. Yeah. That's like a fourth of the time.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Hey, yeah,
and he only had 4
keeping
walks.
The same rate right now, but I mean, spring training, he could be trying new stuff out.
Well, he's got 4 walks to 10 Ks. Like, I like that a lot better than 28 strikeouts to 4 walks.
Yeah.
Like, it just is what it is. His defense is what's going to propel him, but I think he has shown in the minors his bat can work, and I really like him. And it's not just because I need him to do well.
He was your 5th, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You want me to finish mine?
Go ahead. I already knew who the first 2 was, so that doesn't shock me at all.
I'm actually going to go from 5 up now, 5 to 3, because I did 1 and 2.
Okay.
So my 5 is Holiday.
Okay.
I think he should be on most people's top 5. I think 3 of the top 5 should be the same. It should be
Carter, Langford, Holiday. Yeah.
I have Yamamoto.
See, I didn't want to include Yamamoto because he has played in
you don't count. Yeah, different.
Yeah, but 100%. If I was to include him, he'd be on this list over Dominguez, in my opinion.
I was looking at Churio.
Churio was an option.
I was looking at your guys, Rafaela and God.
Abreu?
No, not Abreu. Wait, you don't have another rookie coming up? What was I thinking of then? I don't know.
Maybe Marcelo Meyer or Nick York or one of those guys at some point, but I don't think so. I don't think Mayer's proved himself yet.
But I did look at Rafaela, and then I got Jung-Hoo Lee as my 3rd. Now I don't know if you want to count him.
I think that's an interesting choice. That
he is younger than he's only 24.
Yeah, that does make sense why you chose San Francisco in.
Yeah, because I thought that was a huge pickup for them.
I liked the pickup. His defense is going to be really well.
Yeah,
it's going to translate, in my opinion. It's going to translate really well. So that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That is an interesting 5.
Yeah,
I knew that we were both going to have Langford and Carter because, duh. and they're really high on everybody's list.
And then I also put in the Cubs pitcher, Amanga.
Oh, Amanga
Yeah.
Shota.
Yeah.
Okay.
I put him in as my 6th. I think I put Churio as my 7th.
I like that.
No, Swabble.
I like Amanga. I think he's going to do well. I know we're probably butchering that name, but bear with us.
Do you want to do NL Cy Youngs?
We can do award winners.
You run NL first. I'll run AL.
So my NL Cy Young winner, if he can stay healthy, If he can stay healthy, Let me repeat that
one more time.
If he can stay healthy,
I think everybody heard you.
Spencer Strider.
Okay. I mean,
only 20-game winner last year.
Yeah, I don't think that's crazy. Too.
I mean, the stuff's there.
Yeah.
But can he stay healthy?
How many?
He had almost 300 Ks last year.
Yeah. How many innings did he pitch last year? Do you got that?
I don't think it was a lot because his ERA was very inflated.
Was it under 200?
It might have been under.
No, I thought it was just over.
It might have been.
No, 186.
186, yeah. But I mean, 281 Ks.
I mean, didn't the Cy Young winner only pitch like 210 innings?
If Strider wouldn't have gotten that little injury spell right there, he probably would have won. But the 386 ERA scares me.
Oh, it scares me too.
Because and it just that's inflated, but it's a 20-game winner.
Yeah,
I just think in terms of what the NL looks like right now, you've got 1 year without Ohtani.
Mm-hmm.
You better win it now.
Yeah,
you better win it now.
Yeah. Well, maybe he goes back, maybe he doesn't, but
true. I will say my dark horse is Yamamoto.
Yeah,
because dude's got a career 182 ERA.
Okay, I like that.
Like a career 182 ERA.
That's
in Japan.
Yeah. I was thinking about mine. I've got the same dark horse as you actually.
The only question that I have for him is what translates. We've seen the Hideo Nomos, the Daisuke Matsuzakas that dominate the Japan League.
Yeah.
And come over and have a fantastic first year and flounder out. I don't think Yamamoto will have that.
Yeah, but they didn't have the hype that Ohtani and Yamamoto.
Oh, you were not there for Daisuke Mania, brother.
Did they really?
Whoa.
Did he really?
Oh my God, bro. Daisuke Mania was insane. It was LeBron on ESPN for
what year was that?
That was 07.
Oh.
06 leading into the 07 series because he won
a
World Series.
I don't know who that is.
Daisuke was he almost won 20 games 2 years in a row and then just
really floundered. I've got Yamamoto as my dark horse too. I think that's a great dark horse pick just because he's the biggest question mark. But I have Gallen as my.
Gallen was almost my dark horse.
He was my prediction last year.
I like Gallen a lot. But you're going to luck into being a 20-game winner if you can stay healthy in LA.
Yeah, no, yeah. And I mean, Kershaw will not pitch 150 innings.
He's on my fantasy team.
I'm so sorry, but you also know it's true.
With DeGrom and Scherzer.
Hey, at least they're keeping each other company.
Yeah.
Walker.
How healthy can he be?
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know.
This is an interesting year for NL, all in general, in my opinion.
No, it is.
So that was my NL Cy Young.
Let us hear your AL.
AL Cy Young, I hate it. Corbin Burns.
Really?
Corbin Burns.
I have the same.
All of your top guys in the AL are hurt. Cole's going to miss 2 months. Scherzer's going to miss 4 months. DeGrom's going to miss 4 months. But not only that,
with that lineup to back him, run support, like a very mid rotation, but not the worst rotation, not the best. I mean, I can see. In fact, I think Burns will probably be most people's favorite. It probably was Cole for most.
Yeah, he
probably just got scratched out. Now, is there a world where Cole can bring it back and do it again?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, if you come
out
and
much
slaughter,
can you miss to win an award like that? Look, 2 months. I think 2 months. Like if he comes out and slaughters, he can miss 2 months.
And it just all depends on what's going on with his arm. I mean,
who's your dark horse?
Skubal.
Really?
Love Tariq Skubal. I mean, he's one of the best young pitchers in baseball. I mean, He's got a lot of hype in fantasy right now.
I like Screwball.
He's on a decently improved Tigers team.
Yeah.
His K rate has always been insane, but can he get a lot of dubs? That's my question. On that Tigers team, how many wins can you realistically pencil in? At least 10, 15, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
On if every 5th game they win for you, that's great. But I just can he control the walks? That's going to be a lot of the issues for the Tigers' young pitching.
I thought you were going to pick Bayo.
I did.
Wait, what? Bayo?
Bayo. Oh, God, no.
I thought you were going to pick Bayo.
I would love Bayo. I thought you said AL. I was like, wait, what?
No,
I would love it if Bayo won the Cy Young. That means we did better than I expected.
Yeah.
I do think Bayo might be a 15-game winner.
No. I think that especially because he's your ace, right?
In whatever world you want to call that an ace, yes.
But he is your number 1 in the rotation.
Remember when we signed Giolito?
Oh, yeah, well.
Remember when we had a competitive team?
No, you can't get too down on yourself.
Please come home, Mookie.
We are just past an hour.
Okay.
So I don't know if you want to do with that. If you want to save the positions for next time.
Yeah, I'll say let's finish up the awards. We can just finish up the predictions, and then the next time we come back, we can do the tops of the positions. And I think, according to our recording schedule, we should be 2 games into the season.
Let's go, Korea!
Yeah, I know, right?
Dude, that'll be something to talk about. And not only that, it's 2 big teams, isn't it?
Yeah. Padres and Dodgers.
Yeah, that'll be... Oh, let's go, dude.
I know.
Oh, we can talk about... Did you see that? Ohtani, Freeman, bats back-to-back homers?
So dope. Okay, so then AL MVP?
Let me start it off, Seager.
Shoot. Okay. Oh, that's who you got?
Yeah. I mean, he came in second last year. He only had about 450 at-bats. I'm not going to say it 4 times like you. If he can stay healthy. I've got Seager. Not only that, I think he could have, maybe not should have or would have, but could have beaten out Ohtani if he had those 600 at-bats last year. If he didn't miss 6 weeks, he could have beaten out Ohtani with those numbers.
And
because Ohtani got hurt.
At the end of the year, we were talking about Ohtani getting injured.
And that's why I think if Seager didn't miss that time, it could have been a coin flip. My dark horse... a little crazy. I could have picked. I could have gone a bit differently here. This is a extra dark horse.
Okay.
And it is a homie pick. I got for the first time since 2001, Langford.
A rookie winning.
Yeah.
Oh.
I told you I don't think he skips a beat. I mean, if he comes in the majors,
if he doesn't skip a beat, that's insane.
If he comes in the majors and does this, then I don't know. I think the length of a season could hurt him, and I think. Maybe this is the final step. This is the last step. He's gone through high school. He's gone through the minors. Maybe the majors is the first time he dips off. But if he doesn't, I could see it.
Okay.
I think that'd be awesome.
My MVP is a newcomer to the AL. And I hate it.
Yeah.
Hate it. I got Juan Soto.
Wow. Really? What?
Ohtani's gone.
Yeah.
Ohtani is never winning another AL MVP. Thank God.
He's gone
that frees up the Cy Young, too.
For good.
Aaron Judge can't stay healthy long enough to win an MVP.
Okay. Well, he did.
True, that 1 year. I feel like the AL MVP race has a bunch of players that could feasibly win it.
Oh, yeah.
You've got your J-Rods,
J-Rod, Seager, Judge, Soto. If anybody says those players, I'm like, yeah, for sure. I mean, Trout. I don't know.
On a healthy... I need Trout to be healthy. He's good for the game of baseball if he's healthy.
I agree.
But I think, Soto's a masher. Jordan, unfortunately.
That's
Soto mashes.
Yeah, he does.
And that right field, or that porch in that stupid stadium.
That Little League field?
Yeah. He's going to eat it. Yeah. He's going to eat that alive.
And his walks, his on base is going to be insane.
He's such an OBP machine. Mm-hmm. It's going to benefit him tremendously.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say 50 home runs wouldn't be out of the range.
50,
dude.
Wow.
I've been a Soto believer since I watched them beat Houston in the World Series.
That's fair.
Because Screw Houston.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I became a Soto believer that day.
And then my dark horse,
yeah.
interestingly enough,
Really,
Bobby Witt Jr.
I like that.
He had a healthy breakout last year.
We said we'll say, and the only reason I'm saying this is because it kind of supports your claim. We said we will save our positional rankings for next year. He's in my top 3 shorts for next year.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I don't hate this take from you.
I think he's in mine as well. I don't know. But, 276 average, 30 homers last year. I mean, had almost 100 RBIs, close to 200 hits.
No, I mean, great season.
Granted, there's, like I said, there's a lot of competition there, but I really like him.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's
a great dark horse.
So yeah, that knocks the AL out.
Oh, I'm excited for my NL picks.
Wait, AL Rookie of the Year. Who you got?
Langford.
Okay.
I mean, top 5 rookie.
That was easy.
Why?
I had Carter.
Oh.
Yeah. So either way. My dark horses today.
Rookie of the Year?
Yeah.
My dark horse is Carter. Langford and Carter as a dark.
That's cheap. That's cheap.
NL, I think NL Rookie of the Year is Yamamoto or Young-Hoo Lee.
So interestingly enough, I don't have either of them, even though I do believe Yamamoto probably does if he has a great year.
Yeah.
I got Paul Skeens.
Okay.
I mean, Livy Dunn's boo.
I saw him pitch spring training.
Dope.
It was cool. And I saw Henry Davis. He went like 4 for 4.
Of course he did.
Kind of upset me because he was a jerk. He wouldn't sign my friend's ball.
It's crazy that 1-1 from last year's draft and 1-4 are both potentially playing in the major leagues this year.
Well, isn't Cruz? Is Cruz going to break?
Probably.
So 3, right?
At least, yeah.
I think 3 of the guys could break. 3 of them seriously could.
I think he'll make an immediate impact in Pitt.
Yeah.
Whether that translates into wins.
No, I think he will make an impact. That's just a young, average to below average team. I think he'll be something good for him next year.
And my dark horse is Chourio. I do really like Chourio.
Mm.
He's kind of mashing in spring training in terms of contact. He's got 1 home run, but he's batting .300. Got a really good OBP right now.
I like that a lot.
I like Chourio a lot.
I like that a lot.
It just depends. I think he's starting in center field instead of like his natural position.
Really? I mean, I said Young-Hoo Lee or Yamamoto, but I'd probably put Chourio as my. I don't even know if he's a dark horse because all these guys could win it. So what? Yeah.
I was gonna say. So yeah, it's kind of a wide open race for.
It really is.
I think AL's locked.
Texas guy.
It's a Ranger. NL's going to be more interesting, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
So I guess for the main event, who's your NL MVP?
Okay, Mookie Betts. What? You're happy? Dark horse.
I like that you're not going to expand and you're just going to let me gush.
Yeah, I mean, like, was he second or third last year? He was second, right?
Second. Should have been first.
I mean, it's the same logic for why I put Seager first. Is that I don't think or for Seager, Ohtani's gone, and then Seager's next guy up. Of course, someone else could have an insane year, but that's my logic for Seager. And then over in the NL, it's just
there's a ton of players that could win it in the NL.
No, yeah, I don't think.
I love your pick.
The same thing. I don't think Acuna repeats. Not that he's gone, like Ohtani's literally gone, but I don't think he can repeat that year. Mookie is constantly great. I mean, Acuna had not a great year, like only 2 years ago. And so I think Mookie kind of steps up there.
Who's your dark horse?
I kind of want to hear yours first. Should I just say it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ohtani. Is that cool? Is that bad? Is that crazy?
I mean,
I think Ohtani wins it as a hitter. Dark horse.
Sure.
Ohtani.
I don't think that's crazy. I think you could literally list any Dodger and you probably got a.
He's my dark horse because he got hurt, and I think he moved, and people aren't thinking of him as an MVP this year. for the non-pitching reason and the move, and that was such a big deal. But I mean, he can do it with his bat. He can, especially on that team.
My dark horse is Corbin.
That's a great dark horse.
Do I know who I have winning MVP?
Is it Mookie?
It's clearly Mookie Betts.
That's fair. That's fair.
The absolute GOAT.
Yeah.
My absolute GOAT. My favorite player, maybe of all time.
Really?
Maybe of all time.
Over Big Poppy?
Over Poppy.
No way.
Why? I don't know. I love him.
Okay.
So much. I love him so much.
He's a very likable guy. I love seeing him on podcasts and stuff.
I love watching him bowl. He's a great bowler.
I've seen that.
He's a great bowler. He seems like a great guy. Everything that I see, he's like doing charity. But I mean, all that's off the field stuff. Mookie Betts absolutely crushes a baseball.
Has 1, 2, 3 in MVP voting ever been from the same team?
Probably. I know it has in the Cy Young.
1, 2, 3 is the Braves.
The Braves,
and probably the Orioles too, right?
Maybe.
No,
but I could see a world where
maybe the Yankees. Maybe the Yankees
maybe.
back in 35 or whatever.
Last time they were relevant.
I could see it if all the Braves dudes fall off and Bryce doesn't go bonkers. I could see
Mookie, Freeman, Shohei.
Yeah.
No, I've got Mookie.
That's fair. I've got Mookie too.
Mookie with the unanimous.
I've got Mookie too.
I love him so much. Mookie, come on the podcast.
I'll DM him.
I would cry.
Guys, go DM Mookie for us.
I don't think you would be able to hear the noises that came out.
I would have to talk and just be like,
I would just be sitting here staring at the computer like,
or at him like this. I'd be like, Mookie. He'd be like, can you get this guy to stop staring at me?
Can you kick Eric off?
Yeah.
I get he's a fan, but come
you
on.
have a jersey of his?
I do.
Okay. How many jerseys you got?
Baseball?
Yeah, 4? You have 4.
I have an Ortiz, I have a Papelbon, I have a Pedroia, I have a...
Oh, never mind.
I have a Mookie, I have my Devers, I have a Yachty jersey.
Okay.
Random, but yeah.
Why?
Went to a Cardinals-Braves game with my best friend who's a Cardinals fan, so...
Okay. You bought it? You just liked it?
Yeah, I like Yachty. It was right after the year that Pujols left, so I was like, yeah, Yachty.
Okay.
It's either Yachty or Waino.
Mm-hmm. We tried to see Pujols.
We did. We tried to see Pujols and Yachty.
Yeah, we did.
And they sat the game.
Yeah.
And then we left in like the third because it was a thunderstorm. And
oh my gosh.
we didn't really care.
No.
Because neither of the two guys that we cared about.
The whole reason. Yeah. That honestly, that whole day kind of sucked.
It did, but it was fun. I had fun with it.
Yeah,
It was fun.
Too.
And then I have a Chipper Jones jersey.
Oh.
Yeah.
You can burn it.
Yeah. I like Chipper.
That's fair.
He's not like GOAT status or anything for me. I know everybody around here like thinks he's
not
greatest thing since sliced bread, but I like him. He's cool.
I never really watched him, so
he was a good third baseman.
Yeah.
I liked him. Watched him play a lot. Yeah, not as good as Beltray. I will agree with that. Beltray, transcendent.
Okay, we're at almost an hour 15 now.
Yeah,
I think this was good. It
was good for one. Yeah. I think we planned a few more topics than we were able to get to because we bantered a little, but
not bad.
I love it. Yeah, it's never bad to imagine just having like 2 things to talk about and then just trying to like wing it.
Yeah. Next week we have real baseball to talk about.
Live baseball.
We've got we can do our positional ranks.
Talk about anything that happens, signings between now and then.
Yes.
Like, who knows what'll happen?
No.
Tomorrow might be crazy.
Tomorrow could be crazy. Just like the NFL was crazy. What, 2 days ago? Yesterday?
Oh my god. Still waiting on Calvin Ridley to come to New England, but whatever.
Yeah.
He bet on himself to go to Tennessee.
Oh, did he? And then he goes. All right, 1, 2, 3, double play pod.
So, where can they find you on socials if they're interested?
Me, I'm making a Twitter, so I'll give that to you guys next week. My other one, the line.
Yeah, you got a little suspension there.
I got into it with a baseball guy, but
the Astro fans.
Yeah. Instagram, Jake Billingsley. That's all I'm going to plug this time. Jake Billingsley on Instagram, and I will have more for you guys next time. I promise.
You can always follow me on Twitter. It's still Twitter at EJ423X. Follow me on Instagram, EricJames423. You can also follow SuplexDinnerClub. Thanks for the homie Adrian for letting us do all this. We appreciate you. We love what you do. Follow him at SuplexDinnerClub on all the socials, Twitter, TikTok,
I thought you were going
Insta,
with Twitch. Okay.
Twitch, Spotify.
And I was going to say, if you like any sports, if you like anything Boston, if you like wrestling, follow this guy.
Yeah. Or if you just like to listen about Taylor Swift, I will talk a lot about Taylor Swift. I'm surprised that there was only one Taylor Swift mention this entire podcast.
And it was as a Dodgers pitcher.
Yeah, and it was as a Dodgers pitcher, number 13, Taylor Swift.
Number 13.
Taylor Swift, come on the podcast. You're in the sports world now.
Her and Mookie right here.
Yeah, you're on the sports world now. Come on, learn about baseball.
Yeah. All right. Well, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this was good. Always fun to talk sports.
Put in the comments what you want us to talk about. Any topics, any hot takes you have, anything like that. Talk about the off season. We'll read anything you have.
Yeah. It's not just our podcast; it's yours too. We love to converse with you guys, learn what your favorite teams are, what you want to see happen in baseball, who you want to see win awards. Tell us your award winners. Tell us your.
If you think one of us are crazy, let us know.
Yeah, if you think it's crazy that the Astros don't make it to the World Series, let us know. So
please let me know.
We can mail you a trash can.
I'll have you blocked instantly.
We won't block you, but
no, we won't.
Yeah, just let us know. It's your podcast as much as it's our podcast. Yep. So,
thank you guys.
Thanks. Yeah.
And this is Jake. This is Eric. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Adolis Garcia sends one the other way. That sends Carroll back. He's at the